Imagine this. It is 2 a.m. in Seoul. A blinding light tears across the sky. Seconds later, the shockwave destroys everything for miles. North Korea has just launched a nuclear weapon. The world holds its breath. Sirens wail, phones vibrate, leaders gather in emergency meetings. Humanity has entered one of the most feared scenarios since World War II. But what would really happen if this nightmare became reality tomorrow? In this scenario, North Korea decides to strike first. A nuclear warhead is launched from an intercontinental ballistic missile. Likely targets South Korea, Japan, or, in a final provocation, a U.S. base in the Pacific. Within minutes, the world is transformed. News outlets speak of the end of the world. Global markets collapse. Panicked populations rush toward shelters. But this is only the beginning. North Korea, despite its economic isolation, has built an arsenal that alarms the entire planet. It is estimated to possess between 30 and 40 nuclear warheads, some of them miniaturized to fit onto ballistic missiles. Among its most feared weapons, the Hwasong-15 and Hwasong-17 missiles, capable of reaching the United States, an unpredictable strike force controlled by a regime willing to risk everything to survive. Its greatest weapon is not quantity, but psychological deterrence. Fear alone is enough to paralyze decision-making at the highest levels. Historical parallels. Humanity has seen only 2 nuclear attacks in history: Hiroshima and Nagasaki, August 1945. In moments, over 200,000 lives were destroyed. Those events shaped our collective memory and gave birth to the doctrine of nuclear deterrence. Since then, crises like Cuba in 1962 or India and Pakistan in 1999 have been pulled back from the edge. But if North Korea crossed that line, it would mark the first use of nuclear weapons in the 21st century. Day 1, the impact. A nuclear blast strikes Seoul or Tokyo. Hundreds of thousands dead in seconds. Hospitals, communications, and government collapse instantly. Day 2, the response. The U.S. calls for an emergency UN Security Council meeting. Japan and South Korea demand immediate retaliation. The Pentagon prepares large-scale strikes against North Korea. Day 3, escalation. Pyongyang threatens to launch additional nuclear weapons if its regime is attacked. China, its direct neighbor, mobilizes troops but urges restraint. The world stands at the edge of full-scale nuclear war. Week 2, global crisis. Stock markets collapse. International trade grinds to a halt. A food and energy panic spreads worldwide. Millions of refugees flee the Korean Peninsula. Such an attack would reshape world order forever. The United States would be forced to reassert its global military dominance. China, torn between proximity and international responsibility, could clash directly with Washington. The United Nations would lose credibility, powerless in the face of nuclear war. Public opinion worldwide would be scarred by the image of the first mushroom cloud of the 21st century. This scenario reminds us of a haunting truth. Global peace rests on a fragile balance, hanging over the abyss of nuclear war. If North Korea launched a nuclear strike tomorrow, the entire world would enter a new age of fear and uncertainty. But beyond fear, one question remains. Are we capable of preventing history from repeating its darkest chapters? And what if, instead of North Korea, it was another nuclear power that struck first? What if, tomorrow, Iran succeeded in building the bomb?